Hello and welcome back to Joker's Redstone Designs. Today I bring you Shulker unloading 4 times faster, fully automated. And what that means is that when you empty a Shulker box with one hopper, you're moving 9,000 items per hour. This machine, utilizing a hopper minecart straddling 4 hoppers, will unload that single Shulker box into 4 hoppers at the exact same time, giving you 36,000 items per hour. So in this box here we have 4 redstone blocks. We're going to control pick block that. As you can see now I have that box in my hand. And this box here is empty. But we're going to bring this up to the machine and we're going to put both boxes in just to start and show you how this works. We're going to put in the blocks first and then the empty box. We close it up, it'll dispense, the light turns on and empties the box. If an empty box gets placed, it breaks immediately. So how this works is that observer is watching the shulker box get placed, which comes down through this hopper. This comparator turns on. That observer is watching it. This observer is watching that turn on and off because of the comparator giving us 2 signals to bring the box through the dropper into the dispenser and then dispense it. When it dispenses the box, that observer is noticed by this one and this one trying to power this circuit right here, which is just your standard repeater lock circuit. It'll only fire the piston once. If there's items in the box, you saw that this lamp turned on, that circuit is back here with this comparator reading items coming out of the box, and that observer is also noticing the comparator turn on. So that comparator powers this dust. This observer powers the dust here on top of this pulse extender, and that pulse extender is also keeping this dust powered. That dust is connected to these torches here and here. These torches here and here run dust across these hoppers underneath of where the minecart is to lock the items from getting collected until there's something in the box. When the box is broken, it's collected by the minecart, and since these are locked, they will follow this hopper chain right across to the front, giving us our empty box here, the 2 that you just saw get broken, and it will deliver your items into 4 different hopper streams at the bottom. As we check all these chests, they're all going to have 1 redstone block. So now we're going to break these chests out. We're going to put a few more items through the machine. And you can watch it working a little bit faster. This one here, see we have 7 stacks here, so we're going to control pick block that one. Bring this up and put it in the machine. That's this one here. Throw it in, and it gets dispensed. So once the box is dispensed, here's your comparator turning on, powering that dust. Same thing with the pulse extender. The pulse extender has no delay to lock this repeater before it can get broken. All the while, it is holding this dust in the off position, allowing the items to go straight down through. The torch in this dust here is locking the hopper so that none of your blocks accidentally get through here while it's emptying. Now when this lamp finally turns off after everything else is turned off, this observer will see the lamp turn off and it'll send one more signal to break the circuit. Since we don't have any items left, it won't be locked out. And then lastly, this comparator will flash every time a box does come through here. We'll see there. And that observer will see that happen, that'll see that happen, and then fire these 2 to dispense the next box. That way, in the event that if you have a lag spike or something, I've never had problems with this design now. But in the past, there were designs where a shulker box would come out here, and the machine would stop running so you don't lose any more boxes. With this new design and then the pulse extender in the back, I've not had any problems with it at all. No lost boxes, completely lossless. And to demonstrate that, we're going to remove this here. Oh, I'll put this back here so that's a nice fresh empty chest. We'll empty these out. Now this is nice and empty. I'll clear my inventory here. Now this chest has a random assortment of boxes of different amounts of blocks, including a few empties as well. We're going to control pick block this, which will give us the contents of the chest, as you can see. That was kind of odd. We're going to place that box right on top. So now by placing that box, you can see our red box got emptied there. Items got spit out. Now the next one got dispensed. And then it will continue with this process. Here's our red box already. So we're going to let this run, and I'll build it up for you. Clear my inventory out again. I'll pause here for a moment if you want to take a screenshot. These are all the items you're going to need. Less than a half a stack of each is plenty. So first, I'm just going to grab a block here. We're going to get up in the air a little bit. A few blocks up. You want to start by getting... Well, we'll start by putting a chest in here. And this is where we're going to build the machine up. So this would be the chest that you would collect on the bottom. Unless you would use the 4 hopper streams, that's fine as well. Come up here, we're going to place hoppers in the back of the chest, hoppers in the front, and hoppers pointing down here. Now these would be the 4 hoppers underneath the machine, and as I've demonstrated on the furnace ones, we want to use these extra row underneath because we want to draw any items out of the locked hoppers if they happen to get caught in there. So next we're going to have the 4 hoppers that we're going to lock. They also point straight down. We'll come down here, grab a solid block. We'll put our solid blocks on either side. So now we're going to grab a glass block and a comparator. And place the comparator here. It's going to read one of the locked hoppers as the blocks are coming through. Place a block on the front of it there. We're going to come grab a torch. And we're going to place a torch on the side of that. Next we're going to come grab glass. We're going to wrap the glass right around this way. We can grab the obsidian, we'll grab a regular piston, and we'll grab some dust. We place dust all along here. Place dust on these here. And then we're going to place our obsidian on the front, and then 2 temporary blocks, probably not obsidian. And place those up here. And then we're going to put a torch here as well. Now you're going to need somewhere to catch your shulker boxes, so we'll place a chest right on the side of there. Put our hopper here. And this is going to be where the minecart sits on top of these. We come across and put into the side of those 2. And lastly, we can place a dust here. So now for the minecart, we're going to come grab a glass pane, because I like using the glass pane here. It's the easiest way to nudge the minecart in the corner, and also helps protect wherever the shulker box may bounce when it gets broken, because that's still a thing that happens. So we'll grab a rail and a minecart. We'll place the rail here, minecart on there. We'll give it a little nudge so it gets off the rail. Break that. We place that in and just kind of give it a nudge into the corner. Next we're going to come around the back here. We're going to place an obsidian directly over top of that. Again, not obsidian for temporary blocks. We're going to have that piston facing down that way. Come back and grab more torches again. You're going to put a torch on either side of this piston. Now, those of you that might have noticed, that torch is powering that piston, or that obsidian, just like that. So what we're going to do here, we're going to take a glass block here and then place the button, wherever I pick block that at, and put that on the side of the glass block. And now that will change the direction of the redstone, no longer powering that obsidian block. Now we'll place a dust here, we'll get another block on here. We'll come around here, we can start to fill in some of this here. We'll get all these glass in. We're going to get another comparator and an observer. The comparator is going to sit right on top of the piston. And we're going to get that observer that watches that. So I point right at the torch there. Oh. There we go. We're going to place the dust here. Now we're going to build up the rest of the pulse extender circuit. Now we can come across here, a temporary block, put a glass on top of that center one, and then break that out. Grab another comparator here, and that one's going to point into the same block as the other one. And then we can come back with our dust. We can lay the dust across the top of this. We'll come back with another observer here. Now that's going to look at that torch from the top, just like so. Now don't worry about that dust going into that. That's not going to affect anything. We place this solid block here, and then we put a dust here, so that should connect to all there. Alright, so now we can come around here and build up the rest of the circuit. We'll grab another observer here, and that's going to point right onto the top of that one, and another one coming out of it, and another one looking that way, another one facing this way. Next we'll grab a redstone lamp. That lamp is going to go right over top of where that torch was. We place that here. Now we'll come around and get some of the front circuitry done. So next we're going to place a glass block right next to the chest, and another observer. It's temporary. One's going to go here. Break that one out. You're going to have another observer facing the top of that one. Comparator is going to go right there. Next we can close up this, place another glass block on top of that, place one on top of that. We can come here and place those two in there. Next we're going to get our droppers. So our one dropper is going to face this direction. Then we'll get our dispenser, and that's going to face in this direction. So before we bury ourselves in here too far, we also need to get the sticky piston in. So that's going to be here, and we'll grab our lantern here. So the sticky piston is going to go, we're going to get some more blocks in here actually. We'll place this one here. We're going to get our solid block here, and then we can build this up a little higher across. And another glass here, and then we'll place a solid block here. Now we're going to get our sticky piston in. I knew you were so excited waiting for that part. We can grab sticky piston again and come right down in here. You want it facing down. And then we're going to put our lantern hanging from that. Now I like to use the lantern instead of an end rod or a slab for this, as the lantern is open all the way around, but it also allows a little extra space underneath, almost like an upper slab with no sides, if that makes sense. So more observers now. We're going to place one observer facing up this way. Oh, that's a little too far up. Now we could put a glass block back here now. And we have another observer facing that one, pointing into that dropper. We'll get our comparator again, put that right on the face, solid block on top of that observer. And we will grab our hopper here, place that into the dropper, and again we can put another glass block right here. So next we're going to fill in the rest of this with glass. I like glass just to see what's going on inside the machine. But now that all that glass is in, we can get our repeaters and get that circuit in. So the one into the piston, or the block next to the piston, is going to be at 2 ticks. We're going to put this one here at 4 ticks, and that's going to be your brake circuit for the piston. And we're going to put this one here, and we're not going to put any delay on it, and that's coming off of the pulse extender. Now we grab the dust and just wrap around the front here, like that. And that is your machine built. We have everything in place. Looking around that we have all the pieces in there, the stone button, the redstone dust. We're full blocked everywhere. This corner is too far away from the shulker so that it doesn't have to be filled. And now we can test it. And we ran all those boxes through the other machine while building it. Now as you can see, we have a full chest, not even in the same order we placed them, of empty shulkers. Nothing up here in the hopper. And then the full chest of items that we just emptied. And as you can see, if you look through, we don't have any empty shulker boxes in here. Alright, so I'm going to clear my inventory here. We're going to come down, we're control pick block this one. So we have this gray one again. And we'll go place that Now here's a tip. You don't have to use the trap test. You can fill this with an item elevator or water stream. Put your shulker boxes directly in. So we'll toss that in there. It caught it, dispensed it. Now we have our whole circuit working here. Everything's getting emptied. We come down the bottom, we check our chest. Here's all our items coming down. Alternatively, if you wanted to put the machine entirely remotely, you can, instead of using this chest here, oh, there's a leg spec. Instead of this chest here, you can place a dropper here. You would place observer facing there, and then we'll get the comparator here. And if it's still emptying, I can get it in time. And then you will see, as soon as that is emptied, oh, apologize, I'm going to grab a glass block there. Oh, did I catch it? Or did it fall? No, I think I caught it. But yes, as soon as it goes through, you can see that observer facing there, and then of course it'll be delay, so it'll spit it out in the dropper, and that could be connected to a water stream that extends wherever you need it to go. Alright, so I think that about covers it. If I missed anything, please let me know. This was a longer one to do in one take. So I thank you guys for watching. Take care.